crop in the Rio Grande Valley, because each district will come in and the best of each district will compete here in the finals. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by none other than Mike Gonzalez, and we'll bring you all of the action from tonight's finals here in the track and field.
That's right, Joe. It's actually the 47th annual Meet of Champions. So this is a meet that started back in the late 70s to the 80s and 90s and into this century. A lot of great athletes have participated in it. As you mentioned, Joe, the cream of the crop. In talking to all four coaches in our Weslaco ISD program, from the boys and the girls, they all say that it's like being in an area meet. You know what I mean? Like it kind of prepares you for district, and just for you to even partake in it, it's a big honor. If you can finish among the top, say first, second, or third, that will carry momentum into district.
Yeah, speaking of district, that's right around the corner, and so many teams are preparing for that. A lot of our smaller schools get a chance to see the competition from the bigger schools, and some of them even take charge here at meets such as Meet of Champs. We will get started with the girls 4x100 meter relay. In lane 1 will be the team from Edinburgh North, lane 2 Harlingen High School, lane 3 Weslaco, lane 4 is McAllen, lane 5 is going to be Edinburgh, lane 6 Los Fresnos, lane 7 Pioneer, and in lane 8 La Feria. The Meet of Champs record is 48-74, set back in 2007 by the team from Rio Grande City, consistent of Alanis, Trevino, Sanchez, and Guerra. 48-78 has been the best time posted so far in the girls 4x100 meter relay, and that is the team from Mac High, who is in lane 4. But you know, 50 seconds is the slowest, so just 2 seconds apart. And as we've seen and we talked about meet after meet, Mike, those exchanges say a lot.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about at Jimmy Platt, and we kind of saw it a little bit. Those exchanges, you know, there were some issues there with some of the runners there. They've had a few weeks to practice on that a little bit, you know. But again, being here at the Meet of Champions, that means you're really good. You're among the best. I know the girls had their prelims yesterday here in Weslaco. On the boys' side, they had it in Harlingen. And the way it works, Joe, is the top 32 were the ones that were invited from each event, the top 32 athletes. And from there, the top 8 qualified for this evening.
Exactly. So they broke it down, as you mentioned, kind of like an area, because you got to go through district by district and then the area, you know.
Right.
And so, yeah, so the girls have now been called to their blocks again. Lane 1, Edinburgh North, lane 2, Harlingen, lane 3, Weslaco, lane 4, McAllen, lane 5, Edinburgh, lane 6, Los Fresnos, lane 7, Pioneer, and lane 8 is La Feria. And the girls are ready. They are set, and the gun has started. It's a good, clean start, and we are underway here at the Meet of Champs 2025, 47th edition of the Meet of Champs. It looks out there on lane 7, Pioneer, way out there, making up room on La Feria, but a good exchange from McAllen, right there in the middle of the track, looking strong. It is McAllen in lane 4 with the baton first. They have the lead, and they are making the turn here with the third exchange going to the anchor. Mac High has a good lead, and it's a good exchange for the anchor. Mac High followed by Edinburgh. It's going to be Mac High all the way, but Edinburgh making a good chase there. Mac High, Edinburgh, Weslaco, no, I'm sorry, Harlingen, then Weslaco. I'm not sure if that's exactly how they finished, but I do know that Mac High and Edinburgh finished first and second.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. Edinburgh making a great run there toward the end. You see that young lady there finishing a strong second place in that in the last 50 meters or so. But yeah, that exchange between McAllen was nice and clean all around. And I noticed, Joe, on the anchor, you see right here, look at her take off early on. And so that third runner had to kind of chase her a little bit, but it was nice and clean. But by the time that exchange happened, she was so far ahead, she got enough cushion.
And that's what you want. You want to have an exchange where you're not too bunched up, but you also want to have an exchange where you're already gaining momentum, so that way you don't lose it, because that's why you start that quick. And again, you know, that's why those exchanges are so crucial. That's why they practice them so much. And you'll notice, like right now, you can go look out on the track, and the guys are stepping off their exchanges because what they do is they have a timed exchange. You want to be able to take off full speed, and that's why the guy that's got the baton cannot slow down.
And then what impressed me, Joe, is that it looks like it's against the wind because I'm looking at the flags,
Right.
and it's blowing from the south into the southeast to the southwest, and so you know the timing had to be perfect, and it was just perfection there. But a great race overall by all the athletes.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned the weather, Mike. These winds are coming out of the southeast, so they are blowing out towards the west at about 15 miles an hour right now, and that's what the weather forecast says here in Weslaco. So we now move over to the boys division. In lane 1 is Edinburgh Vela, lane 2 Weslaco East, lane 3 Weslaco, lane 4 Pioneer, lane 5 Los Fresnos, lane 6 San Benito, lane 7 Nicky Rowe, and lane 8 is Harlingen High School. Harlingen South High School holds the record. This one goes even further back. It goes back to 1995.
30 years ago.
It was Grant, Morales, Vela, and Rosales who ran a 42:54.
The impressive thing about that, Joe, is if you remember, Harlingen South was only open for a couple of years, I think. I want to say they opened around 1992, 1993, give or take. So for them to have athletes, to have a relay team that holds a record for that long, I think it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, 42.5 is a pretty impressive time. Most teams want to shoot for below 43. And some of our teams are getting there, but everybody is in the 43 range here in this group. So we're looking for a very close competitive race here. Again, Edinburgh Vela in lane 1, Weslaco East in lane 2, Weslaco High in lane 3. Lane 4 is Pioneer. They've got the best time at 43:33. Los Fresnos and Weslaco have the identical time at 43:36, and it's a good, clean start. The teams are now making their way to the second exchange. Los Fresnos with a really good exchange on the inside. Harlingen South looked like they struggled a little bit with the exchange. And it's Los Fresnos out in front. They've got the baton first. San Benito with a good exchange as well. And coming up on the inside, it looks like it's a team from Weslaco East. I'm not sure. Can't see the number. But San Benito now out in front. What a good third leg run by San Benito. San Benito and Pioneer. It's San Benito and Pioneer, followed by Los Fresnos. But that third leg for San Benito really made up some ground, and that exchange was almost flawless.
Yeah, it really was. We had a good view of it on that exchange there, and once that exchange happened, there was really no looking back. It took control of the race, and you see it there. This is actually the anchor part of it. This is the last part, and look at that nice, clean exchange there. And I tell you what, it was very competitive toward the end. You see San Benito, Los Fresnos, and Pioneer right there, and then you see the Weslaco and Weslaco East. But look at those three runners right there. Oh, my goodness, it was so close.
So we'll see what the end results are in just a bit, but the next thing that is happening is going to be a presentation that's going to be handed down on the field. So what we are going to do is hand it over to our public address announcer, as we've got some honorees receiving some very notable honors here this evening.
Arturo Hurtado. Get him the award stand, please. Our next honoree for today, Arturo Hurtado, spent 39 years at the Brownsville ISD, coaching cross country and track. He began at Hanna, and then he moved to Rivera, where he coached until he retired. He was a great runner in high school in the mile for 1879, good enough to run collegiately at South Plains College. He was in the National Cross Country Championship team of 77, and even more important, academic All-America honors. An injury caused him to stop running. He came to the University of Texas Pan American, where he got his degree and started coaching at Porter and then Rivera. Rivera's cross-country teams were the standard of the Valley. He won 9 district championships and had 22 regional appearances and state appearance in 1993. He coached a great runner by the name of Jamie Revuelta, the first female runner in Brownsville to win a state championship in cross country. Arturo's coaching philosophy is deeply rooted in his belief that success is not just about winning, but about inspiring and motivating athletes to reach their full potential. That's a great honor there. Throughout his life, he has been shaped by a strong family foundation, being raised by his grandmother, Maria Galicia Sauceda. He continues to be a great person in the sense that he married a beautiful lady by the name of Socorro Vera 34 years ago and has 3 sons, Arturo, Ruben, and Joshua. Arturo's legacy as an athlete and as a coach and mentor for a lifelong commitment in excellence in both sports and education has impacted many students, especially at Brownsville Rivera High School. Arturo, it is my honor to say congratulations. Our next person to honor, go a little bit younger. Arturo and I are about the same age. Randy Bermea. Randy Bermea is a native of Laredo, but he claims Harlingen as his hometown nowadays. A 4th-year letterman in track and field, he excelled in the 110-meter hurdles and the 300-meter hurdles. He's proud to say that he broke Pablo Almaguer's meet of chance record in the 300s. Then he comes back and runs and breaks the meet record in the 110-meter hurdles. He was a regional qualifier with a 37:01, and then at the state meet in the 110 hurdles, set a new Valley record at 13:79, which still stands today. He took 3rd in the 300s and a Valley record of 36:46, which was later broken by a gentleman from McAllen. He greatly follows the direction of his former alumni, Harvey Noyola. As a senior, Bermea broke the 300-meter record at the regional meet and set a regional record of the 36:99. He went on to college at the University California at Berkeley, where he excelled in the 400-meter hurdles. It was a Pac-10, 4th in the Pac-10 championships, and in an indoor track meet where he was asked to do 4 different events, he was named the NCAA Most Valuable Performer for scoring total points. He later transferred to UTSA, where he ran again and was a conference champion at the UTSA Conference USA. He earned an undergraduate degree in criminal justice and a master's in business. He now coaches football and track in Rockwell High School. He is also an ambassador of THACA brand ambassador, as he helps athletes that want to continue their running at the collegiate level. He wants to thank Harvey Noyola, Efreno Ambriz, Pablo Almaguer, and Jackie Richards for their help in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Bermea. Third and final
One of the things that they are doing here tonight is they're honoring great athletes that have come through the Rio Grande Valley and have gone on to do some great things. 2 of them that were just honored right now were Arturo Hurtado, Randy Bermea. Earlier we had Silvia Longoya Rodriguez and Richard Rodriguez being honored as well. So we now continue with the track and field. And it's going to be the 800-meter run girls division. In the first group, it's going to be Vanessa Garcia, Delilah Martinez, Evie Rodriguez, Sofia Espino, Sarah Pirtle, Cameron Mejia, Sydney Rodriguez, Eileen Rivera, and Andrea Colon. They're running right around the 2:25 mark. The slowest time is 2:29, so not a big variation there. So we'll see how they compete here in this first of two final sections for the girls' 800-meter run.
800 meters is 2 laps.
Correct.
And we're going to have 2 heats.
We got 2 heats according to the paperwork here. But, you know, you and I know that sometimes things get switched on us.
And they don't tell us.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was looking down there to make sure that there's only so many runners, because we got 9 on this list, and there are not 9 on the track. I think there's 7 on the track. But nonetheless, it's a good, clean start in this first of 2 heats for the girls' 800-meter run. And jumping out in front is Pirtle from St. Joseph out in Brownsville, followed by Delilah Martinez of Los Fresnos. So Pirtle trying to set the pace there, and coming up on the outside, looks like it's Garcia from Harlingen South. So Los Fresnos, Martinez, Delilah now jumping out in front. Pirtle not giving her much room. Still on the inside, takes a little bit of a lead, about a half stride lead as we make the turn and come into the stretch of the first lap, roughly around 500, now 450 meters to go. Almost getting to the turn where we'll hear the gun to indicate that there is 1 lap to go. And now making a move is Martinez of Los Fresnos. She is now in front, and also jumping out in front as well is Vanessa Garcia of Harlingen South. So Martinez of Los Fresnos, as we've got 300 meters to go, is out in front, followed by Garcia from South. Martinez looking strong, and so does Garcia of South. Both young ladies looking like they are getting set for a big kick at the end. Now we are at the 200-meter mark to go, and here comes Garcia. Garcia from Harlingen South now on the outside, looking to make a move. Here she does. Now she's out in front, has just overtaken first place. So it's Garcia and Martinez. Garcia turning on the jets. Garcia extending her lead. Martinez in second. But the young lady from PSJA North, Evie Rodriguez, trying to see if she can overtake second. It's going to be Garcia first, followed by Rodriguez of PSJA North is what it looked like, Mike.
Yeah, I was watching that closely, and yeah, she was making her strong move really the last 100 meters or so. And then it looks like at the very, very end, maybe the last 5 to 10 meters is where she really was able to catch up and put her head down. Well, I don't know if she put her head down, but she was able to, you know, get right there and perhaps take second place.
Yeah,
but a nice run there by the Harlingen South runner. Just kind of last 300 meters, you would say, Joe, is when she kind of took over the race. And you see right there, you see that young lady from PSGA. You know, she probably should have stuck her head down. We'll see what the results are, but if she would have put her head down, I think she would have secured second place.
And here's the second heat. This one will have Yaneli Rocha of McAllen High School, Maddie Castillo of Weslaco East, Taya Martinez of Weslaco East, and Mabjabi of McAllen Memorial. Casey Salazar La Villa, Sofia Simpson of Mac High, Sofia Galan of Harlingen South, Anne-Marie Ebarb of Weslaco High School, Yaretsi Buenteo, Pioneer. Myra Sandoval from Edinburgh. Isabela Vasquez of Los Fresnos. Emma Gaither of Pioneer. Yasmin Guerra of PSJ Southwest. Galilea Carranza of Edinburgh Vela. Brianna Venegas of Harlingen. And Destiny Duran, also of Harlingen High. Yaneli Rocha of Mac High with the best time in this group, 2:11. So that's very impressive. So we'll see how the rest of the pack decides to run this race.
I'm going to have my eye on Casey Salazar of La Villa, and the reason why, Joe, is because she's the only one that's sub 6'8", 5'8" from all the bunch here. La Villa is what, 3A, I think.
Yeah,
they're tiny. You know, you're thinking Santa Rosa, La Villa, Ben Bolt, and you know, this is a very, very good measuring stick for her as far as where she's at, as far as the Valley, South Texas is concerned, and this will really help her out when it comes to district time.
Rocha out in front from Mac High, and Mabdaji of Memorial in second. And there's another young lady from Mac High, I believe, out in third. I just can't see the bib number. There it is. The jersey is Mac High. So we got Mac High, Memorial, Mac High. And I would say that's going to be Sophia Simpson. And they have just completed the first lap. And it looks like Rocha is going to begin to push it a little bit as she's extended her lead. Got about a 6-7 meter lead.
You don't see her on the screen right now, but I am keeping my eye on that young lady from La Villa. She looks like she's trying to make a move here.
And Simpson from Mac High has just overtaken Majabi of Memorial. And now we've got Mac High. It's going to be Rocha and Simpson. Rocha and Simpson as they make the turn to enter the 200-meter mark now at the top of the curve. 150-meter. Majabi is making a move, trying to overtake Simpson, but no one's going to catch Rocha. Rocha looks like she is going to finish first. It's going to be Majabi and Simpson battling for second. And it looks like Simpson just took it over, but Majabi really turning on the jets. But look, here comes a young lady from La Villa as well. So it's Mac High Memorial, Weslaco East. Weslaco East, Taya Martinez may have finished third.
Yeah, I think she did.
She overtook Majabi. So
yeah,
Martinez, Taya Martinez coming on strong there at the end.
Yeah, she kind of hung around really the whole 2 laps, but yeah, staying steady there at the 3rd, 4th place and finished strong.
Yeah, I think what happened, she may have let herself just get a little too far behind right around the 300-meter area, and she maybe just had a little too much to make up there at the end. But
nevertheless, you see her there at, what, 4th place, and then you see the young lady from La Villa trying to make up some room there. Had a strong finish as well. And going back to your point, she probably just fell a little too far behind early on. It was just too much for her to catch up. But you see Taya Martinez overtake McAllen Memorial there and finish a strong 3rd place.
Good job there for our very own Weslaco East Martinez. So the girls' event, 800 meters, is over. Now we go to the boys, where we also have 2 sections. Asikomi is from McAllen. He'll be jersey number 1, or bib number 1, followed by Ubaldo Flores from Harlingen High, Aaron Martinez of Weslaco East, Nathan Salinas of Sherryland, Pedro Sanchez of Hidalgo, Jose Ventura of La Sara, Josue Cisneros from Mission, Jorge Rangel of Weslaco, Sean Smith of McAllen, and Mason Somoza of Harlingen South. Asikomi has the best time of this group at 2:02, followed by Flores of Harlingen High, also with 2:02, and Aaron Martinez also at 2:02. The slowest time is 2:04, is Somoza from Harlingen South. So again, a very competitive race was what we're going to see here.
You notice the young man there wearing a La Sara uniform there. So it's nice to see Hidalgo. I see Hidalgo. So it's nice to see the little small schools come over here and partake in this meet of champions.
Right. And La Sara is probably the smallest school in this group here. La Sara, which is going to be north of Weslaco, right? If I'm not mistaken, might be on 88. No, that's Bluetown. It would be on 1015, north of 1015, so north of Ed College. And it's a very small town.
Toward Raymondville, right? I think so.
Well, you just go straight up 1015 and you're going to run into it.
Okay.
Yeah, because Raymondville will be further east.
Northeast.
Yeah. But it's out there. And a very small town. I'm not sure of the population, but nonetheless, as you mentioned, Mike, just a good opportunity for these small schools to shine amongst the big schools. That's something they don't get to do very much. And we're so thankful that the Meet of Champs affords them that kind of opportunity.
I can't recall the last time we hosted Meet of Champions. I know you and I have done one or two here in Weslaco. If I had to take a guess, I would say 2018, 2019.
So, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
So it's good to have it back.
Right. And Coach Stroman was saying that we may be doing it again pretty soon. So yeah. He's not sure. I know that he's going to be sitting on the board, and he was talking about having it again here. So a little delay in the start of the boys 800s. They may have been given some kind of instructions because now they're continuing their warm-up again. So they were probably given some kind of instructions as to there's going to be a small delay as to something going on. The yellow flag is still up. So they might be having some technical difficulties down there on the floor. So they don't have the white flag up there, and it looks like they are working on something.
Yeah, and the sun is starting to go down as well, so night's going to fall shortly.
Well, we've had really good weather, Mike. We were talking about that during Jimmy Platt, how, it was cooler. It wasn't 100 degrees like we always have, and so it was very bearable. So the young men have been asked to get back to the starting line. But no, the yellow flag is still up. So they still haven't been given the, I was going to say the green light, but the white flag that they can get going. The starter is there waiting. He's looking and has to wait for them. Mike, let's go ahead and give you the record. Rene Rodriguez set the record for the Meet of Champs back in 1992, 153.44.
Wow. That's what? Oh, here we go.
Green light, yellow.
Green light.
Yeah. And this first of two heats for the boys 800 meters has started. And Asakomi is out in front, and he looks like he wants to set the pace. And he is going to be chased by the young man from Harlingen South. And Weslaco East, Aaron Martinez, is up there in the mix as well in third place. So Harlingen South, Mason Somoza in second, followed by Martinez from East. Martinez looking to make a move to get up into second with 500 meters to go. The young man from La Sara hanging tough as well. And that is Jose Ventura. So Asakomi out in front, followed by Martinez from East. But again, Somoza, he's going to jump outside and he's going to overtake everybody as he heads into the final lap. So Somoza out there in front, as now they are down to 300 meters to go. Somoza, Asakomi, Martinez, Ventura. They are approaching the 200-meter mark. And it's Somoza, Asakomi, Martinez. Asakomi looking to make a move. Somoza still hanging on strong. Martinez going on the outside. Martinez is now in second place. Martinez looking to overtake first. Does he have enough? Martinez is going to make this interesting. Martinez and Somoza. Martinez, it is Martinez, Somoza, Asakomi. What a race by Weslaco East, Aaron Martinez. He hung around in third place for most of the race, just within striking distance. And those are the kind of runners that know what they've got and know how to pace themselves.
I know if there is one guy right now that has a big smile on his face, it's Coach Tom Owens.
Right.
He has to be very, very proud of Aaron in the race that he just ran right now. Just outstanding job, timing it perfectly. I mean, look at him go head to head there. It was just between those two young men right there. Look at that. Oh, my God. What a finish for Martinez.
Well, the second heat is just about to get underway, and it's going to be Adriano Gonzalez of Weslaco East, Isaiah Garcia of Ed Couch Elsa, Mario Luna of Vanguard, Yahir Martinez from Edinburgh Economides, Daniel Bocanegra, Dana High School, Octaviar de la Serna, Weslaco East, Rain Flores of Harlingen, Angel Hernandez of McAllen Memorial, Oscar Leal, Dana, Aiden Swanson of PSJA Memorial, Kyle Tratham of Ed Couch Elsa, Jesse Cantu, Harlingen, Diego Torres, Edinburgh North, Nathan Salinas of La Feria, Luis Zuniga of Mission Vets, and Christian San Martin of Mission High. Got three young men that have already broken the 2-minute mark. Adriano Gonzalez of Weslaco East coming in with the best time at 1:56. Isaiah Garcia 1:57, and Mario Luna at 1:58. So anything can happen here, Mike, in this one.
According to Coach Owens, Gonzalez has the second fastest time in the region right now. So he's had a heck of a year, and expect him to have a great race here.
And we've got a good, clean start. And it looks like out on top, the young man from Dana, Daniel Bocanegra, looking to set the pace. No, that's not Daniel Bocanegra, it's Oscar Leal, number 9. And here comes Martinez out on top. He's going to look to take over everything, and he does, and now he's out in front. And it looks like he is going to set the pace. He is followed by Isaiah Garcia. That's not Isaiah Garcia, because it looks like Oscar Leal does not want to give up second place. A little bit of bumping happening there as Garcia is trying to stay stride for stride with Adriano Gonzalez as we approach the completion of lap number 1. And there's the gun. We've got one more lap to go. Adriano Gonzalez out in front. And Isaiah Garcia looking to give him a run for the money. Gonzalez and Garcia, they've just passed the 300-meter mark. Garcia still in second. Gonzalez looking to extend a little bit of a lead. He's got about a stride length of a lead. And it is Mario Luna in third. And Luna looking to overtake second as he is really on the heels of Garcia. And here comes Luna on the outside. Luna on the outside with 100 meters to go has overtaken first place. Luna is in first. Here comes Gonzalez seeing what he's got in the tank. I don't think they're going to catch Luna. It's going to be Luna, Gonzalez, Garcia, Vanguard East, and Ed Couch Elsa.
Nice.
What a good race by Luna. We were talking about the young man from East, Martinez, just a little while ago on how he really programmed himself to stay in the hunt and understand what he had in the tank to finish. And that's exactly what Luna did.
Yeah, the last 100 meters or so is where he really, that last turn right there is where he made that move and he surpassed everybody. And just look at his determination, his face, giving it all, looking up in the scoreboard. And look at that. I mean, he finished, golly, by a good 10 meters ahead of everybody. And just like you mentioned, Joe, just being able to keep up with everybody else just throughout the, first lap and a half or so, or first lap and 3/4, and really that last 100 meters is where he just turned on the jets and finished strong.
Yeah, in NASCAR, well, let's throw it down to the PA announcer. We got Mishak Rivas being presented with an award this evening.
He left a lasting impression here at Weslaco High School. a four-year letterman in football and track under head coach Tony Villarreal. In football, he's a legend. His senior year, 2007, he finished as the second leading rusher in the entire state. An incredible 3,330 yards and 47 touchdowns, averaging 13.3 yards per carry. Bishop performed a record-breaking pace. He set Rio Grande Valley records in a single season for rushing yards, 431, single-season touchdowns, over 100, and was named Tex Prep All Player of the Year. Bishop also earned 5 All-State honors and named All Valley Player of the Year. In high school, his career rushing yards were 6,814 and nearly 100 touchdowns. I know him from track and field because I attend most of his track meets. In track and field, he was just as talented, if not more so. He was a bronze medalist in the 400 in the state level, a regional champion in both 400-meter and a mile relay. He still holds the all-time 400-meter record in the Rio Grande Valley at 47.2 and the mile relay at 3:15.98. Bishop continued his career at Texas State University, where he played football and continued running track, earning Freshman of the Year honors. First team All-Conference, 2009. After his playing days, he turned to focus to helping the next generation of athletes. He is the owner and operator of Pure Speed Training, a company dedicated to speed development of young athletes. Bishop continues to inspire and mentor aspiring athletes to do their best and to their fullest potential. Bishop Rivas' legacy is one of unparalleled athletic achievement and a commitment to help others succeed, both in the field, in the trainer, and in the training room, and in the classroom. His story serves as a reminder of the power of hard work, dedication, and passion. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best football players ever in the Rio Grande Valley also, Mishak Rivas.
What a great honor Mishak Rivas just receiving all kinds of accolades, because this young man not only shined in track and field, but also on the football field.
He probably received the biggest applause from everybody so far here, coming back to Weslaco, his hometown, and yeah, just watching him. Oh, we have another one coming up.
Balbo Almaguer, the very own Weslaco high track coach.
In Woodstock, Illinois. A graduate of Weslaco High School in 95, he excelled in football and track and field. One of the all-time leading receivers in football. It was in track and field that he was a versatile competitor, holding school records in the 300-meter hurdles at 37.74, one of the fastest times in Texas at the time. He earned a full scholarship to the University of Texas at Pan American, 95 to 98, specializing in the 400-meter hurdles, primarily in mile relay. 96, he was a Sun Belt Conference runner-up in the 400-meter hurdles and Freshman Athlete of the Year. In May 28, 1998, Pablo Almaguer's life changed when he was involved in an automobile accident that left him paralyzed. Despite this challenge, he persevered to graduate from the university level in 2022, started coaching in 23, and he thanks very much Dr. Richard Rivera for giving him an opportunity to coach at his alma mater, which he continues to do as of today. His coaching philosophy is rooted in setting high standards, not only for the Weslaco High athlete, but the entire Rio Grande Valley. By developing disciplined, hardworking athletes who find success in both sport and in life, he attributes this to success to his family, the dedication athletes and the coaches he has worked with in the past. Naming a few: Billy Rivera, John Clapa, Jaime Cavazos. Beyond his current staff, Pablo extends his deepest gratitude to his former coaches and teachers, who played a crucial role in shaping his life. Above all, he is thankful for the support and love of his loved ones, especially his son, Gavin, whose patience and encouragement continues to inspire him. Pablo firmly believes that everything that he has achieved is a blessing of God. He remains committed to the next generation of athletes with passion and determination. Pablo Almaguer, it is my honor to present you as the honoree meet of champs for this year.
Couple of Weslaco natives getting honored here tonight. Mishak Rivas, of course,
That
as you
is
mentioned
the
just a little
last
while ago, and the current
inductee.
head coach for Weslaco Track and Field, Pablo Almaguer. But what a joy to be able to receive this award from somebody who is going to be receiving this award at some time in the near future, Amity Ebarb.
Right, his former runner, probably his best athlete he ever had, both in cross country and in track. And I went to high school with Pablo, and I just remember what an amazing individual he was, and as an athlete as well. When we were young kids, we would always play races, growing up in elementary and middle school, and he was always ahead of everybody by far. So I knew he was someone special and that he was going to do some great things, and I admire him, Joe, because he's open to he went through an unfortunate car accident after high school when he was in college, and was open about it, talked to his athletes about it, about the experience and how it's changed him as a person, has helped him grow, and it's a life lesson for everybody involved. And then Mishak Rivas, we all know his story, just what a phenomenal athlete he was as a football player and track runner.
Well, now we head over to the hurdles, the girls 100-meter hurdles. Kennedy Reiniger from Arlington South in lane 1. Mia Gonzalez of Edinburgh in lane 2. Leila Galvan, Los Fresnos in lane 3. And they are off. And it is the middle runner in lane 4, Dariana Luna of McAllen, looking really strong. And she is already ahead by about 8 meters on everybody and finishes first. Dariana Luna of Mackay looked like she just ran away with that one.
Yeah, and I love the part, Joe, where at the very end, she puts her head down, knowing even though she won the race, she wants to get the best possible time, and she put her head down so that way they can make sure to stop that clock when she crosses that finish line. Great race overall, nice clean job over each hurdle.
Yeah, she was over those hurdles in no time. We now move over to the boys 110-meter hurdles. A little higher the hurdles will be placed. And it'll be Daniel Soto of PSJ Memorial in lane 1. Bo Flateau from Edinburgh in lane 2. Cheyenne Duran of Harlingen South in lane 3. Christopher Gonzalez from Raymondville in lane 4. Mauricio Garza from Sherryland in lane 5. Massin Vela from McAllen Memorial in lane 6. Noah Huerta from Harlingen in lane 7. And Rick Sebastian Salazar from Los Fresnos in lane 8. All of them at 15 seconds with the exception of Christopher Gonzalez. He's the only one that comes in with a sub-15 time, 14:71.
And while we have a few moments, I'm going to read out the results. Some results that took place before we got on the air was a girls 3,200-meter run. In 4th place was Casey Salazar out of La Villa. We talked about that young lady. In 3rd place was Kenzie Ramirez out of McAllen High. 2nd place is Dolores Ramirez out of La Jolla Palmview. And your 1st place winner with a time of 10:58.19 was Dana Rojas Vasquez out of McAllen High School.
We talked about Randy Bermea receiving accolades earlier. He holds the record for the boys 110-meter hurdles at 13:94, almost a full second better than the people who are on the track today. So again, just shows how great of an athlete these young men, or now they're grown men, are being honored tonight. They still hold records. This one was set back in 2011.
I remember Randy not only on the track and field, but with the great Harlingen Cardinal football team of 2011 that were so close to beating San Antonio Madison out in Kingsville in a 4th round game that would have
taking them semifinals.
Taking them to the state semifinals.
I remember that game as well.
Yeah, it was a great team. They had speed all around. I'm going to try to sneak in one more results, and it was the 3,200 meter boys 3,200 meter run. 4th place was a Tomas Tamayo out of Los Fresnos. 2nd place was Aaron Nava out of Weslaco East. 2nd place is Roel Rodriguez out of McAllen Memorial. And your 1st place winner with a time of 9:45.05 was a Zachary Lamar out of Harlingen High School.
Those guys ran 2 miles in sub 10 minutes.
Ugh.
I can't finish 1 mile in more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
Well, it looks like the runners have been called to their blocks. The 110-meter hurdles boys division. Daniel Soto, Bo Flat Toe, Cheyenne Duran, Christopher Gonzalez, Mauricio Garza, Mason Vela, Noah Huerta, and Rick Sebastian Salazar are your competitors here tonight in the finals. They are in their blocks. Good, clean start, and it is out on top. It is the young man from Memorial, Mason Vela, looking really strong, getting over those hurdles. Vela is out in front, and it looked like Sherryland and Raymondville in 2nd and 3rd. But what a good race there by Vela.
Yeah, he was so confident in his finish that he was actually looking to the side to see who was going to finish 2nd and 3rd. But nice job overall. Just nice clean start. Just kind of bursted out of the block and exploded. And yeah, you see him. Nice clean job over the hurdles. It's all about timing, Joe. You and I always talk about that and rhythm and timing when it comes to these hurdles. And really, everybody there did a great job. I mean, you saw a few of those hurdles fall down. But other than that, I mean, it was nice and clean.
Yeah, these guys, you know, they go through this and they practice this day in and day out. So we are done with the hurdles, and now it is the fast ones, the 100-meter dash. It is the girls first. It'll be Michaela Campos out of Edinburgh High School. She will be in lane 1. Melissa Coetzer of Edinburgh North in lane 2. Sarah Sansu in lane 3. She is from Harlingen High School. Sofia Flores of McAllen in lane 4. Sadie Romero of Weslaco is in lane 5. Amanda Mares of Harlingen in lane 6. Ariel Bryant of McAllen Memorial in lane 7. And Chloe Ramirez of Pioneer in lane 8. 12:83 is the fastest time. Sofia Flores of McAllen, and then of course Sarah Sansui of Harlingen and Sadie Romero of Weslaco at 12:99. Those 3 young ladies have all run sub 13. The record, a young lady who we got to watch many a times here, not only in district but also in the Jimmy Platt.
Right.
Faith Franklin holds the record, 11:99, set back in 2022.
Boy, time flies. That was 3 years ago. But I already miss her.
Well, she didn't run her senior year, remember?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think she was preparing herself for the big meets, you know, the district, regional.
Right.
And
but she also went to run at some national meet as well one time as well.
Was it in Massachusetts or somewhere out that way? I don't remember, but yeah, we had talked about it.
Right.
And just, I mean, that was just so awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
wasn't a lifetime experience.
Yeah, she was a good one to watch, and now she's out at Vanderbilt, if I'm not mistaken, running out there. So yeah, you know, we talk about these athletes that we get to watch, and you know, some of the times when I'm with some buddies, I get to talk about, you know, just some of the phenomenal athletes that we get to see by working with KWES.
We have the coolest job in the world. We really do.
The girls have been called to their blocks. Campos, Coetzer, Sansui, Flores, Romero, Mares, Bryant, and Ramirez all ready to go here in the girls 100-meter dash.
And you notice, Joe, they're on the far side of the track because of the wind direction.
Set. Good, clean start. And the young lady from Harlingen, Sansui, with a great start. And can she hang on to finish? Yes, she can. And it looked like it was Sansui from Harlingen, Flores from McAllen, and Romero from Weslaco in that order, at least from our vantage point up here.
I was a little nervous for that young lady, Joe, because in the middle of the race, it looked like she was kind of working her way up to the other lane, but you know, luckily she stayed. You see there coming out of the block nice and strong, but look at, she kind of works toward the next lane right about there, but then thankfully she stayed in her lane, finished strong, and held down to first place.
Yeah, good race there again. It looked like I said, from our vantage point, that it was Sansui followed by Flores and Romero. So a good race in the 100-meter dash girls division. Now we go to the boys. Xavier Rodriguez in lane 1 from Dana. Marcus Mata, also of Dana. He is going to be in lane 2. Kyan Jones of San Benito in lane 3. Ruben Perez Torres of Palmview in lane 4. Lane 5 is Diego Torres of Los Fresnos. Andres Valdez of Weslaco is in lane 6. Gavin Rodriguez of Sharyland in lane 7. And Shelby Cital of Mission in lane 8. Jose Garcia, remember him from Harlingen as well. He went on to win the state title in the 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
He ran a 10.6 here. I want to say he finished his career best at 10.2 here in the Valley.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I remember him well. I'm going to read out a quick result. Hopefully I can sneak this one in. This was a girls 4x100-meter relay. In 4th place was Weslaco. 3rd place was Harlingen. 2nd place was Edinburgh. And your first place winner with a time of 48:53 is McAllen High School.
Boys division, Rodriguez, Mata, Jones, Perez Torres, Valdez, Rodriguez, and Cital all ready to go. We talked about the record, 10.62. Palm Views, Ruben Perez Torres, 10.66. So we'll see if he is set to maybe chase that record. Just 4/100ths of a second off so far tonight. And a false start. So we'll do this one all over again.
Yeah, that was quick too. You notice when that first gun was for them to go, and then not even a second, the second gun went out. So the official right there in perfect position.
They're gonna, not sure what they're gonna call. Looks like we may be missing one of the Donna members. Maybe they called him and disqualified him. Here we go again. Take 2. Again, Palm Views, Ruben Perez Torres with the best time so far in lane 4. He's at 10.66, just 4/100ths of a second off the record here of the meet of champs. So we'll see if he's got a chance to chase that tonight. So we'll do it again. This time it's a good, clean start, and it's Los Fresnos out in front. Diego Torres with a good start, but here comes Perez Torres, and does he have enough? He does. Looks like he takes him right there at the end.
Wow, what a fun race that was, and I think both runners know it as well. Very good, clean competition there, good sportsmanship all around.
Andres Valdez there in the mix as well. So good race by Andres Valdez. So again, out of the blocks really fast, and you talked about going into the next lane, and that's exactly what happened with Torres. He almost goes into the inside lane, but again, it was Los Fresnos, Palm Views, Perez Torres, Los Fresnos, Torres, first and second.
It looked like everybody was pretty close together.
Yeah,
but
it was.
But in lane 2, I don't know if you can see from that angle, there's a young man from San Benito that kind of hurt himself. We hope he's okay. One of the trainers is checking him out. but he was also right in the middle of the race. I want to say about the 50-meter mark is where he kind of pulled a little something.
Yeah, it was a tight one, and that's what you expect at a meet of champs. You know, you like we've been talking about, and we said at the beginning, the cream of the crop, the best of the best, and that's exactly what you expect here in each of the events. So that is the end of the 100-meter dash, and now we head over to the 4x200-meter relay. It's going to be the girls division first. In lane 1 will be Economides, Mackay in lane 2. Edinburgh North in lane 3. Edinburgh High School in lane 4. In lane 5, it'll be Harlingen. In lane 6, it'll be Sherryland Pioneer. In lane 7, Los Fresnos. In lane 8 is going to be Palmview. And speaking of Coach Pablo Almaguer track teams, the team in 2018 holds the record at 1:44.28. That was Martinez, Sanchez, Barrera, and Amity Ibar.
The anchor.
And there's a few teams already right around the 144 area, and a chance to break it here. We've got both Edinburgh High and Harlingen High coming in with times of 1:44, and of course we've got Pioneer and Edinburgh North coming and McAllen High with 1:45. So anything can happen here tonight.
Yep, anything can happen, and that includes, I mean, records don't last forever, right?
Right.
So while we have a few moments, I am going to read out the results of the boys 4x100-meter relay. In 4th place was Weslaco High School. 3rd place, Los Fresnos. 2nd place, Sherryland Pioneer. And your 1st place winner with a time of 43.25 is San Benito High School.
That was a great finish by that young man from San Benito. The 3rd leg was just so impressive. We don't have a breakdown of the athletes in each of the relays by individual names like we've had in the past. But that young man, that 3rd leg was just very impressive. And as you pointed out, Mike, just that exchange and how the anchor was able to get to top speed and get the baton cleanly, really made a difference there.
It's also worth noting, Joe, that in the meet of champions, there is not going to be a team championship at the end. The whole meet is individualized. So just whoever wins 1st place, that's it. You know, there's just going to be individual medals given out tonight, no team awards.
Like we normally see.
Correct. I kind of joked with the coaches, like, so does that mean do they have the green light to just kind of make it about me, perhaps, for just this one time? And they say, yes, in a way, yes, of course, you know, unless you're in the relay team. Still, the strategy is still the same. However, when it comes to the individual races, it's more about you, and it's more about getting ready for district and so forth.
So this is the 4x200-meter relay. Girls will go first, followed by the boys. And again, each young lady is going to run 200 meters, so the entire race will be 2 times around the track. So they are out there right now setting up their blocks and, of course, getting their exchange zones squared away. And so let's go ahead while we have a few moments, give you the lane assignments once again. In lane 1, Edinburgh Economides. In lane 2, McAllen High School. In lane 3, Edinburgh North. In lane 4, Edinburgh High School. In lane 5, it'll be Harlingen High School. In lane 6, Sherryland Pioneer. Lane 7, Los Fresnos. And in lane 8, it will be Palmview.
And while we wait, Joe, I do have the results of the girls' 800-meter run. In 4th place was Ann. Let's see if you can help me with that. McJabby out of McAllen Memorial. 3rd place was Thea Martinez. Remember we saw her?
Yeah, we saw her
run. 2nd place was Sophia Simpson out of McAllen High. And your 1st place winner with a time of 2:17.07 was Yaneli Rocha out of McAllen High School. Yeah, the McAllen track teams are very, very strong.
This year, yes, they are, both boys and girls.
And I do have the results of the boys' 800-meter run. In 4th place was Daniel Bocanegra out of Donna. In 3rd place was Isaiah Garcia out of Eca Chelso. 2nd place was Adriano Gonzalez out of Weslaco East. And your 1st place winner with a time of 1:57.43 is Mario Luna out of Vanguard Rembrandt.
Yeah, Vanguard, that young man, he finished strong. You know, you were mentioning, Mike, how he came out of that turn, and I was going to make the joke, but we didn't have time. It was almost like NASCAR, like you're drafting, and you come out of that turn, and you just allow the momentum to take you. Because that's exactly what it looked like. Because that guy just shot out of a cannon as he made that turn and just really got it going and finished in the top slot. So the starter is up on his mantle, ready to go. Just waiting for the final signal here. And he's just been given the thumbs up. The white flags have been raised. I can see him from here. So the young ladies have been called to their blocks. Economides, McAllen, Edinburgh North, Edinburgh High, Harlingen High, Pioneer, Los Fresnos, and Palmview. All in this race. The 4x200 meter relay. Each young lady, as we mentioned, will be running 200 meters, so it'll be a 2 times around the track race. They are set. A good, clean start. Big stagger here because it is a 2 times around the track. And again, the best time so far tonight, or up until this point, is Edinburgh High School 1:44, followed by Harlingen High at 1:44.85, just 2/100ths of a second off on each of those teams. So Harlingen High with a good exchange there. Edinburgh on their inside also with a good exchange, but out on top, Los Fresnos already making up the stagger of lane 8, which is Palmview. And same thing on the inside. It is going to be Edinburgh North taking over Edinburgh High School. So it looks like Harlingen right now is in front. Good exchange there. Harlingen High School out in front. Edinburgh North trying to get out in there into the mix. And inside of Edinburgh North is Mac High, and they've just taken over second place. So it looks like it's going to be a Harlingen Mac High race here. So watch out here as they come up to the final exchanges here. Again, we don't have the individual athlete's name, but they got the baton right around the same time. So it's a matter of who's got it. Harlingen High out in front in lane 4, but Mac High in lane 2 coming up strong. Harlingen High, Mac High, Edinburgh North, 1, 2, and 3. Harlingen High, Mac High, Edinburgh North. That's what it looks like is going to be the final top 3. Followed by Edinburgh High and Pioneer.
Yeah, Pioneer was right there too in lane number 6.
So good race there by Harlingen. You know, as we mentioned, it's just a big stagger, so it's really hard to tell who's out in front, you know, as they go. We try to go by baton exchanges and who gets it first, but just FYI, sometimes the exchange zones move a little bit depending on your athlete. If you've got a really strong runner, you know, you might want to give that person more than 200 meters. Maybe he's running 210, 215. So you move that exchange back a little bit. And the previous runner is only running maybe 180 meters.
And I noticed too, when it comes to the exchanges, you know, the athlete, you know, some of them want it a little bit lower, a little bit higher, you know, the position of it. And they just got to make sure that the runner behind them puts it at a position where they like it.
Yeah. And again, you know, that comes from practice, timing, practice. And they do that a lot. So the girls division is over. Now we head over to the boys. San Benito is in lane 1, Nicky Rowe in lane 2, Weslaco East in lane 3, Mac High in lane 4, Mission in lane 5, Los Fresnos in lane 6, Don in lane 7, Brownsville Lopez is in lane 8. The record is 129.24 set back in 2007. But the Mac High team has already surpassed that record. Of course, you can't put it here because it didn't happen here.
Correct.
But they come in with a time of 128.8. They have got some burners on this Mac High team.
And I'll give you the names of that group. It's Will Hawk, Joseph Tavian Rivas, Ada Sakelas, and Sam Enriquez. So does it go down as a record? Is it a new?
No, it has to happen here.
It has to happen in the finals.
It has to happen at the meet.
It has to happen at the meet because they're prelims.
Well, these are meet of champ. Oh, that was in the prelims?
Yes.
So it'll be the new record.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
Okay,
That it's now a new record.
Okay.
So as of yesterday, it's now updated.
I didn't know if that's something they brought in or if that's something that happened in the prelims.
Correct. It happened in the prelims.
Yeah, because a lot of times what happens in the prelims is teams will shut it down because they already won it. And so, like, they don't, like, your last guys won't finish as strong.
Sure.
You know, they just, you know, we already won this heat, so we'll take it to the finals. And I was talking to Sam Enriquez's mom before the meet, and she was excited about this because Sam is going to run this, the 4x4, where they also are predicted to win, and he's going to run the Open 200.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I'm impressed with McAllen. That they have phenomenal teams on the both boys and the girls.
Well, the boys are now in the block. San Benito, Nicky Rowe, Weslaco East, McAllen, Mission, Los Fresnos, Donna, Brownsville, Lopez. It's a good, clean start. Again, Mac High with the new record. 128.8 is in lane 4. And it is a good, clean start here. Everybody looks to be in position. Mission has a good exchange. So did Mac High. Everybody looks to have had a good exchange. And they have, for the most part, still the same staggers. We got a lane 3. Weslaco East is not in here. Well, there's a vacant lane if my eyes are playing correctly, unless somebody's just flat out way behind. But Mac High is just taking over. Weslaco East.
There you see Weslaco East.
Okay, there it is. Mac High is just taking over.
You see Donna now exploding.
Donna out on top.
There goes McAllen High.
But here comes Weslaco East. And who is that running for Weslaco East who made up a lot of space? None other than the valedictorian. And here comes Enriquez. Enriquez for Mac High has just turned on the jets, and they ain't catching him. But Weslaco East, I didn't get to see the face of their final athlete. Here they come. It is the safety for Weslaco East, and his name escapes me right now.
It's not football season, so we forget we're seasonal.
Yeah. He also played basketball.
Yeah, the face you recognize, that's for sure. We recognize him following him the last couple of years.
But again, it was Mac High. Once they got the third leg and anchor leg, it was all over. They just really opened it up.
But just look at his focus. I mean, that's very impressive. And in putting his head down, which I really love. I know that's when I did summer track as a kid, that's one of the things the coaches taught me was just put your head down. When you're in the finish line, put your head down, and you'll finish a little bit faster.
Well, again, that is done. The 4x200 meter relay events, girls and boys. So now we head over to the 400 meter dash. It'll be Adriana Madrigal of Pioneer in lane 1, Sophia Simpson of Mac High in lane 2, Maddie Castillo of Weslaco East in lane 3, Isabela Vasquez of Los Fresnos in lane 4, Iman Mason of Edinburgh Vela in lane 5, Joanna Aguilar of Hidalgo in lane 6, Sofia Galan of Harlingen South in lane 7, Caroline Hernandez of Harlingen in lane 8. Didi Cortez with the record set in 2000, 57.04.
And while we wait, I do have the results of the girls' 100-meter hurdles. In 4th place was Leila Galvan out of Los Fresnos. 3rd place was Elena Roquette out of Harlingen. 2nd place was Mia Gonzalez out of Edinburgh. And your 1st place winner with a time of 14:21 is Dariana Luna out of McAllen High School.
Well, we have yet any girl to break the 1 minute barrier, but coming in at 1 minute flat, .00, is Isabela Vasquez of Los Fresnos. We were the record, as we mentioned, is Didi Cortez back in 2000, 57:04.
Oh, 25 years ago. So yeah, the fastest is 1 minute flat, as you mentioned by the Los Fresnos runner. And I do have the results of the boys 100 meter hurdles. Fourth place was Mason Vela out of McAllen Memorial. Third place is Cheyenne Duran out of Harlingen South. Second place is Mauricio Garza out of Sheridan, I beg your pardon. Your first place winner with a time of 14:71 is Christopher Gonzalez out of Raymondville.
So he did finish first.
He did finish first, yes.
Yeah, we're on the opposite side, as we mentioned, so it was really hard for us to see. It looked like, from like our vantage point, as we mentioned, it was the young man from Memorial. 400-meter dash. Girls have been sent to the blocks. Good, clean start. Again, Los Fresnos' very own Isabela Vasquez with the best time. And we've got a young lady, Joanna Aguilar from Hidalgo, looking very strong from the start. Is already made the stagger on lanes 7 and 8. To her inside is a young lady from Edinburgh Vela, Eman Mason. Vela is making a move. Here comes Mason. Mason is now out in front, but Weslaco East, Maddie Castillo, trying to get her name into the mix, and she does. It's going to be Mason and Castillo. Mason and Castillo. Mason and Castillo. Does Maddie have enough in the tank to overtake Mason? No, she doesn't. It's Mason Castillo, and it looked like Aguilar from Hidalgo finishing third.
Yeah, good clean race. A good job there by Castillo. He's trying to keep up with her, with Mason, and just didn't have enough, but nice job. Nice clean race all around.
Yeah, here they come into the home stretch, and as you know, you can see Castillo there in lane 3 from Weslaco East, just giving it all she's got. But look, Mason just really took command right around the 200-meter mark. Aguilar came out strong and was ahead, but right around the 200-meter mark is when Mason began to turn it on.
Yeah, look at her trying to give it one last shot right there, but just a little short there. And you mentioned a young lady on lane number 4, looked like she finished in third place.
That's the young lady from Los Fresnos. So we go to the boys division. David Nieves of Dana North in lane 1. Richard Molina of Edinburgh North in lane 2. Thomas Aparicio of Mission in lane 3. Saul Ramirez of Weslaco in lane 4. Corey Aleman of Edinburgh Vela in lane 5. Jonathan Flores of Edinburgh Vela in lane 6. Kyle Tratham of Ed Cow Chelsea in lane 7, and David De La Garza from Edinburgh is in lane 8. Rene Rodriguez set the record here at the meet of champs, 47:64 back in 1992. He's got 2 records here. He's got the 800-meter and the 400-meter, set both in 1992.
So that shows you he's a good runner. He's a good track runner. I do have the results for the girls 100-meter dash. In 4th place is Amanda Mares out of Harlingen. 3rd place is Sarah Sonusi out of Harlingen. 2nd place is Sari Romero out of Weslaco. And your 1st place winner with a time of 12:83 is Sofia Flores out of McAllen High School.
It was another close one. So they've been called to their blocks. For the boys 400-meter dash, Nieves, Molina, Aparicio, Ramirez, Aleman, Flores, Tratham, and De La Garza. Saul Ramirez, as we've mentioned, just a sophomore out of Weslaco.
Yeah, we saw him at the Jimmy Platt meet. Boy, was he exciting to watch. This is a good test for him here at the boys 400-meter dash. We're going to be saying his name a lot, Joe, between now and football season and then in track season next year and so forth.
He comes in with the best time at 50.68. Good, clean start. And Ramirez in lane 4 has already made up the stagger on Aleman from Vela. But out on top in lane 6, it is Flores from Vela, looking really strong. Inside of Ramirez is Aparicio from Mission, running strong as well. It's Aparicio with maybe a stride on Ramirez, but Ramirez beginning to turn on the jets. We know that he can finish strong. Here comes Aparicio and Ramirez. Ramirez has just taken a one-stride lead over Aparicio. Now make it 2. Ramirez pulling out all he's got. And it's going to be Ramirez, Aparicio, followed by the young man from Vela, Corey Aleman.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful job there by Ramirez, keeping up with the young man from Mission. And it looked like Aparicio was kind of got desperate toward the end, but, just couldn't have enough. You see that last 100 meters or so, you see Ramirez just turn it up there and just take control of the race. You see Aparicio just started to swing his arms a little bit, trying his best to keep up with Ramirez, just couldn't. And it really came down to those 2 runners toward the end.
Yeah, he was just trying to dig for whatever he had left in the tank, because we know from what we saw earlier this year, Ramirez can finish strong. Because remember that 4x400 meter relay, the final leg that he ran, he was a good 10 to 15 meters behind when he got the baton. And once he got to the 300-meter mark, we saw him just kind of really change the gears there.
And sometimes that's the challenge you need to improve yourself as a track runner. And, he really accepted it and really put on a show that night.
Well, the hurdles are being placed on the track as we now head over to the girls 300-meter hurdles. Leila Mata of Port Isabel is in lane 1. Anissa Joseph of Harlingen in lane 2. Kaylee Andrade of Edinburgh High in lane 3. Dariana Luna of Mackay in lane 4. Elena Roquette of Harlingen in lane 5. Emily Morrison of Edinburgh Vela in lane 6. Leila Galvan of Los Fresnos in lane 7. And Isabella Parker of Mercedes in lane 8. I'm really excited about this one, Mike, because Luna, who looks so impressive in the girls 100, is up against Elena Roquette of Harlingen, who I was surprised didn't finish as high in the 100, but I think she's a stronger 300.
Oh, yeah. But, this event's going to be a really, really good one. You mentioned in lane number 1, as you mentioned, Leila Mata out of Port Isabel. First time I hear Port Isabel's name, I think, this evening in the running events. So it'll be good to see somebody from out that way. And while we wait, I do have the results of the boys 100-meter dash. In 4th place is Andres Valdez out of Weslaco. 3rd place is Keon Jones out of San Benito. 2nd place is Diego Torres out of Los Fresnos. And your 1st place winner with a time of 10:66 is Ruben Perez Torres out of La Jolla Palmview.
So the girls 300-meter hurdles, Leah Brown holds the record set back in 2013, 43:24. And the closest time is about 3 seconds away, so I'm not sure if they'll be able to chase that one. But again, you just never know. Each week the girls have been improving. And again, we've got 2 young ladies that have been really impressive here today. Dariana Luna and Elena Roquette with the best time so far. But again, you've got Kaylee Andrade from Edinburgh North, she's just about half a second behind them too, as far as times are concerned.
I'm going to try to sneak in one more result with the girls 4x200 meter relay. 4th place was Sherryland Pioneer. 3rd place is Edinburgh North. 2nd place is Harlingen High School. And your 1st place winner with a time of 1:44.83 is Edinburgh High School. Do I have time to?
Yes.
Okay, let's do one more. Got the results of the boys 4x200 meter relay. 4th place is Los Fresnos. Third place is Weslaco East. Second place is Mission High School. And your first place winner with a time of 128.80 is McAllen High School.
Same time they ran the prelims. Exact same time. So that's a new Meet of Champs record, which was already mentioned earlier.
Right.
But again, the same exact time, 128.80.
What are the chances of that happening?
I have no idea. But I'm no statistician, but I'm pretty sure they're very, very high. I'm sorry, very, very low. I'm sorry.
So maybe they set a record of matching the record, or I don't know if that makes sense, but
They tied their own
they
record.
tied their own record, yeah.
So the girls' 300-meter hurdles have just been given the white flag, so we are ready to get started. We got to make sure all the hurdles are in place, and you know they start doing that quickly. You know, again, you know they've been having to run on the opposite side, and we had just finished, you know, a couple of events, and so the track isn't always ready for the next event, and so you got to get it ready. And placing hurdles takes a while.
Yeah, it's a task.
And then you got to make sure that the right height.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, Joe, they have some of our WISD students volunteering and
Right.
helping out from both Weslaco East and Weslaco High.
Right, yeah.
And that's always good to see.
So just a lot of moving parts at these tracks.
Sure.
So here we go. The girls have been set to their blocks. Mata, Joseph, Andrade, Luna, Roquette, Morrison, Galvan, and Parker all in this race. 300 meters. Jumping hurdles. Good, clean start. And Luna is already over the first hurdle first, and it looked like Roquette was maybe a fraction of a second behind her. But Luna looking very impressive. Roquette as well, but she's about a second behind Luna. Luna out in front as we make it to the straightaway. Looking strong, Roquette on her heels. It is Luna and Roquette, just as we were talking right before the race. It was going to be a race between them two. And it has exactly been that. Luna looking really strong as we approach the final hurdle. And it has been Luna followed by Roquette. And then the young lady from Los Fresnos, Galvan.
Yeah, you see the two ladies there, handshaking, embracing. Nice race. Looked like Roquette kind of was running out of gas in the middle of the race, and Luna just, from the beginning to the end, just kind of had that nice rhythm.
Yeah, by the second hurdle, Luna was already at just a fraction of a second faster than Roquette. But then once she got to about the fourth or fifth hurdle, you could already tell she was out in the front. You know, once they approached the 120 mark over here, you already knew Luna was going to take command of this race. So Luna and Roquette 1 and 2, 3 looked like, from our vantage point, we don't have an exact tie to the finish line. It looked like it was Galvan from Los Fresnos, but we'll let you know the results in just a bit. So we now head over to the boys 300-meter hurdles. It'll be Cheyenne Duran of Harlingen South, Noah Huerta of Harlingen High, Daniel Soto of PSJA Memorial, Christopher Gonzalez back on the hurdles. He is from Raymondville. Bo Flateau of Edinburgh, Mason Vela of McAllen Memorial, Dallas Zuniga of Donna High School, Julian Peña of Harlingen High. And the record, Randy Bermea back in 2012, 36.75. We saw him earlier as they recognized him for his athletic prowess here in the Rio Grande Valley. As you mentioned, Mike, not only did he dominate on the track, he also dominated on the football field.
Absolutely. He played free safety.
Yes,
I
and
believe,
receiver.
And receiver for the Cardinal team. And one of my favorite memories was against San Antonio Warren at Buck Stadium, where he returned a it was an interception.
Okay, pick six.
Yeah, it was like a pick six, but the ball kind of went over him, and he was able to get it. And then after that, it was kind of he kind of went the other way and just kind of told everybody, just block for me, just block for me. And he made some outstanding moves and scored a touchdown. And yeah, just a phenomenal athlete, and had a great career, high school and in college.
Over at Cal Berkeley before transferring to UTSA. Duran, Huerta, Soto, Gonzalez, Flateau, Vela, Zuniga, and Peña. The gun is sounded good, clean start, and it was a great start for Dallas Zuniga out in front. And again, the young man from Memorial, who we saw in the 100, Vela, running really well as well. And the young man from Raymondville, who was the gold medal winner in the 100, in second. So again, what we saw in the 100, we're seeing in the 200. Vela and Gonzalez. Vela and Gonzalez over the last hurdle. Vela is in front. Gonzalez is in second. Vela, looks like Vela this time took on Gonzalez.
Wow, what a race that was. And I tell you what, I had my eye on that young man from Raymondville, and it looked like there was about 2 or 3 instances where he almost lost his balance, running around the track and into the hurdles. And thankfully, he kept his balance and finished the race really, really strong. It's going to be a close finish, but yeah, those 2 young men dominated the race. And you see them ahead of everybody. And a nice rhythm into their runs, and nice. You see the young man from Raymondville almost tripped and fell, but that was pretty much him throughout the race, and just running out of gas toward the end. But look at him, still staying with that young man from McAllen Memorial.
Yeah, it was those 2 guys in the 100. As we mentioned, I thought it was the young man from Memorial that took it, but as we finished, because again we're on the opposite side, he finished second. But now we go to the 200-meter dash. Faith Franklin again with a record here. 24-26 set back in 2023. Beverly Gonzalez of Rio Grande City. Kayla Segoviano of PSJ North in lane 2. Ellie Wall from Port Isabel in lane 3. Haley Gonzalez from Nicky Rowe High School in lane 4. Sophia Flores of McAllen High School in lane 5. Ariel Bryant of McAllen Memorial in lane 6. Melissa Coetzer of Edinburgh North in lane 7. And Kenzie Rodriguez of Mercedes will be in lane 8.
I have the results of the girls' 400-meter dash. In 4th place was Joanna Aguilar out of Hidalgo. 3rd place is Maddie Castillo out of Weslaco East. 2nd place is Eman Mason out of Edinburgh Vela. And your 1st place winner with a time of 60 flat, Isabella Vasquez out of Los Fresnos.
Good run there. That was a good race, too.
And I have the results. Don't have time for the boys' 400-meter run. 4th place was Jonathan Flores out of Edinburgh Vela. 3rd place was Tomas Aparicio out of Mission. 2nd place is Corey Aleman out of Edinburgh Vela. And your 1st place winner with a time of 50.68 is Saul Ramirez out of Weslaco High School.
Yeah, and we had Aparicio and Aleman backwards from up here. Because again, we're not right in line with that finish line, so we can't see exactly where they finished. And but for us, we said it was Ramirez Aparicio, but it looked like Aleman finished stronger. That young man from Edinburgh Vela, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Have I read the girls' 100-meter hurdles yet?
No.
I haven't. Let's read those real quick. Let's see. The girls' 100-meter hurdles. In 4th place was Leila Galvan out of Los Fresnos. 3rd place was Elena Raquette out of Harlingen. 2nd place is Mia Gonzalez out of Edinburgh. And your 1st place winner with a time of 14:21 is Dariana Luna out of McAllen High School.
Yeah, I had seen the results earlier, but you hadn't mentioned them, and that's why I said I was surprised that Roquette didn't finish as strong as she did in the 100-meter hurdles.
And let me read out the 110, the boys 110-meter hurdles. Fourth place is a Mason Vela out of McAllen Memorial. Third place is a Sheyam Duran out of Harlingen South. Second place is a Mauricio Garza out of Sherryland. Your first place winner with a time of 14:71 is Christopher Gonzalez out of Raymondville High School.
Well, the girls got their blocks on the track. So we're getting close to starting the 200-meter dash girls division. Gonzalez, Segoviano, Wall, Gonzalez, Flores, Bryant, Kotzer, and Rodriguez. Getting ready for this one. 26:37, Haley Gonzalez comes in with the best time. 26:54, Sofia Flores, and 26:66, Ellie Wall. So those three are under 27 seconds. So setting up for a good race there in the middle, 4, 5, and 6. I'm sorry, 3, 4, and 5.
I have it, but it's off my phone.
So the girls sent to their blocks.
Oh no. She's wearing black. Oh, she's over here. She's back in lane 2. Look over there, go over there, go over there.
And they are off. A good, clean start. And in the middle, Haley Gonzalez of Nicky Rowe with a great start. And it's also the young lady from McAllen, Sofia Flores, out there in front. But on the inside, here they come, the lady from Port Isabel, Wall. But Sofia Flores is going to take this one. What a great start and finish by Flores. Flores and Gonzalez with good starts, but Flores was just able to stay out in front and take this one.
And you saw her wave to the camera afterwards after running hot for 200 meters and really dominating the whole race. And see her there the last 100 meters or so just surpassing everybody there with ease. And you mentioned the young lady from Port Isabel making some noise there toward the end. But a good job there by the young lady from McAllen.
But tight all around, because even on top as we look at that replay there, Edinburgh North, Melissa Kotzer seemed to be in that mix as well. So now we go to the boys division. Stormy Walker from Sherryland, in lane 1. Marco Rodriguez from Pioneer in lane 2. Samuel Enriquez from McAllen in lane 3. Ruben Perez Torres from Palmview in lane 4. Andres Valdez from Weslaco in lane 5. Keon Jones from San Benito in lane 6. Robert Gutierrez of Los Fresnos in lane 7. Alexis Alvarado of Mission in lane 8. The record, 1986, by a guy that I had to run against every weekend. Ray Ramirez of Rio Grande City, 21:44.
Yeah, we always talk about that guy, Ray Ramirez, and yeah, you always share that story with us of you going up against him, 1986. That's a little while back, but for him to hold that record for that long, it really shows you what kind of runner he was. How about that name, Stormy? That's a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
And while
we had a quarterback in in veteran Storm.
Yeah, that's right. Montoya, right?
Montoya,
Stormy
exact.
Montoya.
Yep.
There we go.
So we had a few of those. So the runners are in their blocks. We've got an open lane. Maybe San Benito. Keon Jones is not in here. Set. Good, clean start. And Enriquez, what a start. He has made up the stagger on the inside. But Perez Torres is going to make a run for it. And who is that from Weslaco? Andres Valdez in there as well. But Enriquez and Perez Torres and Valdez. What a race. Samuel Enriquez seems to be the winner, followed by Ruben Perez Torres, and then it was Andres Valdez. But I want to say Perez Torres had a difficult start in the 100 as well.
Okay, so yeah, slow starter but strong finisher. But look at them all together there. Good clean race, close all around. A young man from Palmview right there going hand in hand with McAllen and also Weslaco.
Andres Valdez looking really strong here tonight. Finishing third, it looks like. So the 200 meters is in the book, and now we head over to the 1,600 meter run. We've got 2 heats in the boys and the girls. In heat number 1, Galilea Carranza of Edinburgh Vela, Andrea Colon of Palmview, Sierra Garcia of La Feria, Sarah Pirtle of St. Joseph. It'll be Corina Robles of Palmview, Olivia Martinez of Ed Couch Elsa, Jacqueline Garcia of Nicky Rowe High School, Danae Arellano of Edinburgh, Camila Gomez of PHA Memorial, Brianna Venegas of Harlingen, Stephanie Cano of Mercedes, Mia Cerda of La Feria, Emma Elizondo of La Feria, Cynthia Ganoa of Pioneer, and Fernanda Alvarez of Weslaco, all in the first of 2 heats in the mile run, which is 4 times around the track.
So this one's going to take a little while. So they'll give me an opportunity to read out some more results here. I do have the results of the girls' 200-meter dash. In 4th place was Ariel Bryant out of McAllen Memorial. In 3rd place was Ellie Wall out of Port Isabel. In 2nd place is Sofia Flores out of McAllen. And your 1st place winner with a time of 26:37 is Haley Gonzalez out of Nicky Rowe.
So the girls' mile run, first of 2 heats, is on the sideline waiting to be called out onto the track. Now they have been called out onto the track. So we're getting ready and getting close to getting this one underway. Seems like the wind has picked up a little bit, Mike.
You know, that's funny, Joe, because usually when the sun sets, doesn't the wind die down a little bit? In this case, it looks like it's picked up.
I was looking at the flags on the track and the flag right by the scoreboard, and they don't seem to have let up at all.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the both flags myself. There's the United States flag, and then there's the Texas flag, and they're both blowing pretty hard.
So the girls have been separated into the staggers. Again, they will run about 100 meters before they are allowed to catch in to the first lane. And the top 5 will be up on top. Giving them instructions there to let them know. Again, I'm pretty sure these young ladies have done this a time or 2. But again,
as a matter of fact, I think they ran a 3,200-meter run earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, but you know, you always want to just remind them.
Sure.
You know, and just it's always good to do those kind of things.
If they're anything like me, Joe, creature of habit.
Yeah.
Remind them over.
3 young ladies from La Feria in this race. As we mentioned, Galilea Carranza with the best time of this heat, 5:32, and she is out there in front. Gonna try to set the pace. Down underneath is going to be Brianna Venegas of Harlingen as we come out of the first turn, and she will be setting the pace, followed by Danae Arellano of Edinburgh. So here comes Carranza of Vela. She'll overtake the lead to begin to set the pace as we now head into the 200-meter mark of the race. They've only run 200 meters. Remember, this is a 1,600-meter event, and they'll be running 4 times around the track. So right now it is Carranza of Vela, followed by Ganoa of Pioneer.
Okay, now I'll read out the boys' 400-meter dash. In 4th place was Jonathan Flores out of Edinburgh Vela. In 3rd place was Tomas Aparicio out of Mission. 2nd place was Corey Aleman out of Edinburgh Vela. And your 1st place winner with a time of 50:68 was Saul Ramirez out of Weslaco High School.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Mike, that's going to be a name we'll be calling for a while. Just a sophomore, that young man.
I think we can move on, Joe, to the fielding events that took place
Go ahead.
this morning or early this afternoon. We'll start off with the girls' discus throw. In 4th place was Valeria Alvarado out of Brownsville Pace. 3rd place was Sofia Gonzalez out of Harlingen South. 2nd place was Olivia Wood out of St. Joseph Academy. And your 1st place winner with a throw of 135.03 is Lauren De La Garza out of Donna. And we move on to the boys' discus throw. 4th place was Miguel Jimenez out of McAllen Memorial. 3rd place was Jason Aleman out of Santa Maria. First time we call out Santa Maria. 2nd place was Pablo Gonzalez out of Sherryland. And your 1st place winner with a throw of 189.10 was Derek Thompson out of Sherryland Pioneer. And we move on to the girls' high jump. In 4th place was Dariana Luna out of McAllen High School. 3rd place was Juliana Guajardo out of PSJA High. 2nd place was Ellie Wall out of Port Isabel. And your 1st place winner with a jump of 5:02 is Isabella Parker out of Mercedes. The boys high jump. 4th place was Damian Cantu out of Vanguard Rembrandt. 3rd place was Javazian Moore out of Harlingen High School. 2nd place was Hector Resendez out of Los Fresnos. And your 1st place winner with a jump of 6 feet, 6'4", is Adrian Chavez out of Lyford. Congratulations, young man from Lyford, winning 1st place. We move on to the girls' long jump. 4th place was Kenzie Rodriguez out of Mercedes. 3rd place was Paris Gomez out of Sherryland. 2nd place was Elena Roquette out of Harlingen. And your 1st place winner with a jump of 18:01.25 is Melissa Kotzer out of Edinburgh North. Now to the boys' long jump. 4th place was Christopher Gonzalez out of Raymondville. 3rd place was Luis Ramos out of Port Isabel. 2nd place is Ty Palmer out of Harlingen. And your 1st place winner with a jump of 22:11 is Angel Rodriguez out of Sherryland Pioneer.
Carranza out in front, followed by Ariano of Edinburgh. And it's a young lady from La Feria, Garcia, in 3rd. And this will be the final lap. 1, 2, and 3. Carranza, Arellano, and Garcia. They've been, for the most part, up in front most of this race. Young lady from La Feria jumping out to the outside and overtaking the young lady from Edinburgh, Arellano, to find herself in 2nd place. And now she's out in front, and look at Arellano overtake 1st place. I mean, take over the leader now in 2nd. So it looks like it is going to be the young lady from La Feria, Sierra Garcia, as we come down this last turn, followed by Danae Arellano from Edinburgh. But look at Galilea Carranza. She is not finished yet. She is not going to be denied 2nd spot, as she goes in and is not going to catch La Feria, Sierra Garcia. So Garcia, Carranza, and the young lady from Edinburgh, Garcia. I'm sorry, Arellano. So good race.
Yeah, very good race by all three young ladies. As you mentioned, Joe, that dominated the race from the get-go, and you see everybody else finishing behind. But just finishing the race is really your goal, you know, especially with district around the corner. You just want to kind of position yourself and just improve on your personal time. Making it this far already says a lot. Making it to the finals of the Meet of Champions already shows that you're elite. But
yeah.
what better feeling than finishing first place in your heat, at least in your heat,
right?
Finishing as your top winner. You know, in a race like this, it has to be the best feeling in the world after 4 laps.
And now we go to the second heat of the girls' 1,600-meter run. It'll be Dana Rojas Vasquez of McAllen, Casey Salazar of La Villa, Dana Rodriguez of Edinburgh Vela, Dolores Ramirez of Palmview, Yasmin Guerra, PSJ Southwest, Kenzie Ramirez of McAllen, Tea Martinez of Weslaco East, Andrea Quintero, also of Weslaco East, Naomi Cotero of Idea Far, Sofia Simpson of McAllen, Fernanda Espinosa of Sherryland, Myra Sandoval of Edinburgh, Anne-Marie Ebarb of Weslaco, Gloria Gonzalez of Weslaco East, Jessica De Leon of Harlingen South, and Yaretsi Buentello of Pioneer. Weslaco East with 3 here in this heat, Mike. The record is Trisha Terry, set in 2009, 5:01:09.
Yeah, those young ladies you mentioned from Weslaco East, they were in the cross-country team that won district.
This young lady from La Villa has been in several events, Mike.
Right. And she's done well.
Yeah.
She's you know, finished among the top, going up against the bigger schools.
And that's why
that's impressive.
And that's why I bring it up, because La Villa is what, 3A?
I believe so, yeah.
2A?
I think it's 3A.
Okay. So again, a great opportunity for these smaller schools who don't necessarily get a lot of coverage to shine up against the bigger schools where most of the people are at.
And you think about it, Joe, coming into a facility like Bobby Lackey Stadium that seats, you know, 13, 14,000 people capacity, you come to a, you know, facility like this, a huge stadium against bigger schools. You could only imagine what she's going through or what she's thinking. But, you know, she's not intimidated, that's for sure.
Well, it's a good, clean start as we get started here in the second of 2 heats for the girls' 1,600-meter run. And out in front is going to be Dana Rojas Vasquez as she gets up out in front to set the pace. And again, the young lady we were talking about, Salazar of La Villa, right on her heels. And Yasmin Guerra, PHA Southwest, there as well. And Anne-Marie Ebarb is looking to settle in there at third to get things started.
And let me finish off the results of the fielding events this morning. We move on to the girls' pole vault. 4th place was a Haley Hug out of Harlingen High School. 3rd place was a Dalina Ochoa out of McAllen Memorial. 2nd place was Molly Blackwell out of McAllen. And your first place winner with a jump of 11:07 is Nicole Richer out of St. Joseph Academy. We move on to the boys' pole vault. 3rd place was actually, it's a tie for 3rd. Camilo Montoya out of Harlingen South was tied with Joshua Hernandez, PSJA High, tied with Camilo Montoya for 3rd place out of Harlingen South. 2nd place was Jonathan Villarviar out of Sherland Pioneer. And your first place winner with a jump of 14:06 is Marcus Mata out of Donna High School. And we move on to the girls' shot put. In 4th place was a Cielo Hernandez out of Roma. 3rd place was a Daniela Salazar out of Edinburgh Vela. 2nd place was Jaden Pincard out of McAllen Memorial. And your first place winner with a throw of 42:02.75 is a Sofia Gonzalez out of Harlingen South. And we move on to the boys' shot put. 4th place was a Jason Aleman out of Santa Maria. 3rd place is a Donnie Nunez out of Edinburgh Economides. 2nd place is a Pablo Gonzalez out of Sherryland. And your first place winner with a throw of 59:02 is Derek Thompson out of Sherryland Pioneer. And we move on to the girls triple jump. Fourth place was Ellie Hill out of Sherryland Pioneer. Third place is Liliana Cerda out of Harlingen High School. Second place is Lorena Cerda out of Progreso High School. And your first place winner with a jump of 37 feet 09 is Ann. If you can help me with that, Joe.
Mabaji.
Ann Mabaji out of McAllen Memorial.
That's the best I can do with it, Mike. I'm sorry.
We did our best. So we move on to the boys triple jump. Fourth place was Brandon Solis out of Mission. Third place is Leonardo Jesus Lopez out of Los Fresnos. Second place was Ty Palmer out of Harlingen High School. And your first place winner with a jump of 45.05.25 is Xavier Rodriguez out of Donna High School. Congratulations to all the winners from the fielding events that took place this morning or early this afternoon here at Bobby Lackey Stadium.
As we finish up lap number 3, Dana Rojas Vasquez has been the leader from the get-go, followed by Casey Salazar of La Villa. That third place slot has been the one that's been up for grabs, and that's been Dolores Ramirez, Yasmin Guerra, and Kenzie Ramirez have been just hanging out there in third spot. As we now approach the final lap, again, it's been Dana Rojas Vasquez in the front from the beginning, followed by Casey Salazar. But now we've got some competition as the third spot is looking a little bit more definitive. Couldn't see the marker on the young lady as they came around, but here we go. That's going to be Yasmin Guerra of PSJA Southwest in third. But does she have enough to come up and overtake second? Because she's been slowly moving up there. So again, Vasquez up in front. She's going to finish easily in first place. But Salazar in second. She's been in second all this race. And we'll see if she can hang on strong to finish, because on her tails is going to be Guerra of PSJA Southwest. But here comes the young lady from Mac High, Kenzie Ramirez, looking to get third place. It is going to be Vasquez, Salazar, and Guerra. 1, 2, and 3. What a good race.
Well, if it would have gone maybe another 25 meters or so, she might have had an opportunity to pass her and finish third. But as you mentioned, Joe, a good race overall by everybody. And you see some of the others coming to the finish line and finishing. Everybody's still hustling and giving it their all.
Yeah, finishing strong, all the young ladies. And so we are done with the girls' 1,600-meter run. Now we go over to the boys. And again, we've got 2 divisions here. In the first one, Mason Somoza, Aiden De Leon. I'm sorry, Mason Somoza is of Harlingen South. Aiden De Leon is of McAllen High School. Sebastian Cabañas of Weslaco. Thomas Tamayo of Los Fresnos. Christian San Martin of Mission. Jose Ventura of La Sara, Jeremiah Trejo of Dana, and Oscar Bravo of Dana North. That'll be the first heat. And they've already got them on the track.
Yeah, we're really down to the last, 3 events?
Yeah, we've got.
Meet.
Because after this, it is the 4x400 meter relay, and we're done.
And we're done. Time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun.
When you're having fun.
Again, you know, we were talking about these small schools. La Sara, Ventura back out on the track as well. We saw them earlier. So again, an opportunity for these smaller schools to shine against the bigger schools. Seen La Sara, La Villa, Vanguard.
Yeah, Port Isabel,
Hidalgo,
St. Joseph,
St. Joe,
Roma.
And a good, clean start in the boys' 1,600-meter run. And jumping out in front is the young man from Harlingen South, Mason Somoza. Somoza ran in the 400 meter. I remember calling out his name earlier.
Right. And it was an intense race, if you remember.
You know, we recognized a young man or a gentleman earlier today by the name of Richard Longoria. He holds a record in the 1600 meter run set back in 1980.
Wow.
4:12.74.
And we did talk about at the top of the show, 47th annual Meet of Champions. So that tells you.
Maybe in the year 2.
Yeah, he probably did in year 2, year 3, whatever it was. But wow, for him to still hold that record is, you know, we talk about Rey Ramirez, you know, Richard Longoria. So this is a what, 45-year-old record?
No, 50-year-old record. No, 45. You're right. 45. You're right. My bad. So this is a very tight group still, Mike. There's been no move as far as anybody beginning to kind of take command in this race, as we've already run 600 meters in this race. We still have Somoza out in front, but as of right now, it's still anybody's race. Everybody is within a few strides of one another. You know, in the final position here is Oscar Bravo of Donna North, and he's only maybe 5 meters behind.
Yeah, everybody's all close to each other, and now it looks like we're going to have some changes here.
Tomas Tamayo looking to make a move here as we approach the midway mark here in this 1600 meter run. Look at the young man from Weslaco beginning to make a move, Cabañas. So we've completed 2 laps. And it's still Somoza out in front, but Cabañas in second. And in third, it looks like it is Aiden De Leon of McAllen.
Yeah, it looks like he was starting to make a move there on the curve.
The young man from La Sara was on the outside, and then he decides to come back inside, because you don't want to be running too much in lane 2, because that's an extra 4 or 5 meters per lap. So you want to hug the inside as much as possible, and just as we mentioned before, you know, stay within striking races that we've seen earlier, especially the ones that have finished with really strong kicks. Here comes Cabañas beginning to make a move here. He's running stride for stride with Somoza. And again, it's the young man, De Leon from Mac High, 1, 2, and 3. And we called his name out a little while ago, Tamayo. He is in 4th place. And again, still really anybody's race here as we approach the final lap.
Yeah, I think we're going to have ourselves a good finish.
Good, strong running here by these men. And now the top 4 are beginning to separate themselves. Somoza has somewhat of a lead out there, but Cabañas right there about 3 strides behind him. De Leon as well, and Tamayo. Tamayo beginning to make a move here as we approach the 300-meter mark left to go. Tamayo, De Leon, and Cabañas. Tamayo now taking over 1st place. He's taking over Somoza. So it's Tamayo, Somoza, De Leon, and Cabañas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Los Fresnos, South, Mac High, Weslaco. And here comes Somoza saying, hey, I still got something left. I still got something left. Somoza, he is going to finish strong in 1st place, followed by Tamayo. And then it's De Leon. And the young man from La Sara, not to be denied. Can he overtake and get 3rd? He does.
Wow.
Ventura finishes in 3rd for La Sara. So a good race there, Mike.
Yeah, everybody pretty much stayed together throughout the whole race. So yeah, great job by all the athletes there. And I like the fact that there was no give up on any of the athletes. Just even when there was a change in place, you know, they still came back and surpassed them. And you know, it was fun. This was a nice, fun race. I think everybody enjoyed it.
Somoza really coming off as Tamayo overtook him, but not to be denied as he entered that home stretch and just overtook it. And of course, Ventura, look at him coming back and finishing strong to finish in third. So now we head over to the second and final heat of this 1,600-meter run. It'll be Nathan Salinas of Sherryland, Manuel Anguinaga Jr. of Ed Couch Elsa, Roel Rodriguez of McAllen Memorial, Zachary Lamar of Harlingen, Nathan Salinas of La Feria, Jack Gerwitz of McAllen, Aaron Nava of Weslaco East, Isaiah Garcia of Ed Couch Elsa, Oscar Valencia of Economides, Mario Luna of Vanguard, Aaron Martinez of Weslaco East, Stephen Guillen of Edinburgh, Rosbel Barrera of Hidalgo, Kai Sepulveda of Harlingen South, Joseph Rodriguez of Mackay, and Alexander Nava of Weslaco East. As we mentioned earlier, Richard Longoria holds the record, 4:12.74. Nathan Salinas of Sherryland comes in with the best time, and it is at 4:19. Manuel Aguinaga of Edcouch with the second best time at 4:25, followed by Roel Rodriguez, also coming in at 4:25. I do not see Nathan Salinas out there. So the top runner of this race is not on the track. Both Nava boys are out there, Mike, for Weslaco East.
Okay.
Good clean start for the second of two heats and final heat of the 1,600-meter run, the boys division. And they will begin to make their way into the first lane as they now approach the 100-meter mark. And out in front is the young man from La Feria, Nathan Salinas, as he looks to set the pace. But not too far behind is Aguinaga from Ed Couch Elsa. Also there is Mario Luna from Vanguard. Remember him, he was the one that ran earlier and finished really strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we do have a minute, I am going to read out the results of the girls' 1,600-meter run. I'm going to read out 8 names, Joe,
Okay,
because it was a long list. So it's a lot to be proud of. In 8th place was Andrea Quintero out of Weslaco East. 7th place was Thea Martinez out of Weslaco East. 6th place was Dolores Ramirez out of La Jolla Pondview. 5th place was Sophia Simpson out of McAllen High. 4th place was Kenzie Ramirez out of McAllen High. 3rd place was PSJA Southwest, Yasmin Guerra. 2nd place was Casey Salazar out of La Villa, the young lady we keep talking about. And the first place winner with a time of 5:05.23 is Dana Rojas Vasquez out of McAllen High School.
Yeah, she led that from the get-go. We were talking about the young man from Vanguard, Mario Luna. Was the 800-meter run that he won, right? If I'm not
I believe
mistaken?
so, yes.
Because he came on strong there at the end and wasn't going to be denied that race. And he's here in 3rd place right now. In 1st, it's going to be the young man from La Feria. And Mike just showed me that it was Luna who won the 800-meter run. And so here we've got La Feria's Nathan Salinas in the lead at the midway mark. And he's got a good 10-meter lead on the rest of the field. Aguinaga in 2nd, and again, it's Luna in 3rd.
And while we're talking about La Feria, let's give them a plug, a nice plug for their basketball team. I believe they went to the Elite 8.
They went to the Elite 8.
They were very close to qualifying for the state tournament, the Final Four. Lost by, I believe, 1 point, 1 or 2 points. And, yeah, they had a lead in the 4th quarter.
Yes.
It just didn't work out. But congratulations to their program for representing the Valley, and great job.
Yeah, La Feria has been playing well, not only on the basketball court, but on the football field as well over the last several years.
Right.
They've produced some really good athletes at La Feria area. And so here we're seeing another good athlete coming out of La Feria, and this is Nathan Salinas, and he's still up in the lead as we are coming to the close of lap number 3. But look at Luna. Luna is now in second place. Again, as we mentioned, he won the 800 meters, so don't count him out just yet. And he finished strong. We were talking about that coming out of that last turn, and he just like shot out of a cannon.
There's still a lot of race left, though.
A little over 300 meters.
Yeah. So let's see if he makes a move over here.
Because he's already, he's beginning to make that move. He's closed up that gap really fast. So Luna is now in front. He has just overtaken Salinas, and I don't think Salinas is going to have enough gas in the tank to finish, or better yet, beat Luna. Luna is looking really strong. His strides are just really flowing well right now.
He's just running with a lot of confidence, you can tell.
He goes, I took the 800, I can take the 1600.
And he even looked back right now to see how much of a gap there was, and he's noticing that he's really leaving everybody behind.
So it's going to be Luna of Vanguard, a double gold winner here, and he's smiling already, Mike. He was looking at the crowd and smiling. Somebody, probably a family member or a good friend, was probably rooting him on. So it was going to be Luna. It's going to be Luna in first, followed by Salinas of La Feria in second, and then Aguinanga of Edcauchelsa in third.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that they're probably capturing him on video with the phones, and then now they're capturing him video of him on the scoreboard. So just a great all-around moment for the young man, and well-deserved, and what a night for him.
It is. He's having a phenomenal night. Double gold here in the Meet of Champs, and that is something to be proud of. So we are now at the final event of the evening, the 4x400 meter relay. Nikki Rowe in lane 1, Weslaco East in lane 2, Sherryland Pioneer in lane 3, Mac High in lane 4, Los Fresnos in lane 5, Weslaco in lane 6, Harlingen in lane 7, Edinburgh Vela in lane 8. The Meet of Champs record set in 2023 by Mac High, 3:58.91. Mac High comes in with the best qualifying time at 4:01.8. And they are in lane 4.
They have the time by a pretty wide margin.
Yeah, they've got a few seconds on the second place.
Set up your block race and take it one out. Stand behind your block, please.
So I was just told right now, Joe, that the record was actually set last year in the Meet of Champions by Harlingen High School, which included Faith Franklin. The chances are she was the anchor of the
I'm pretty sure
of that relay team. But yeah, so last year Harlingen High School broke it. Just wasn't updated yet.
But I'm not sure if she was the anchor, because I don't think she ran last year here at the Meet of Champs. Here, oh, you know what? It was Meet of Champs wasn't here. That's right.
Correct.
It was Jimmy Platt that was here. Okay.
Right.
No, yeah, I stand correct. Sorry about that, Mike.
That's okay.
Because we're at Meet of Champs. We do so many events. I gotta like really sometimes remember where I'm at.
And they switch it around. The Meet of Champions, as we mentioned earlier, we haven't hosted Meet of Champions
in a while.
In a good while, yeah. Jimmy Platt is the one we host every year.
Right.
But yeah, Meet of Champions is the one they switch all around the Rio Grande Valley.
And we'll be back in a couple of weeks for the district.
Yeah, we got word that they switched the site for the district 31-6A meet.
And so KWES will bring that to you live.
April the 2nd and 3rd, I believe, is what we were told.
Good, clean start for the final event of the evening in the girls division, the 4x400 meter relay. Each team is going to run one time around the track. with each athlete. So it'll be 4 times around the track per team. Nicky Rowe, lane 1, Weslaco East, lane 2, Pioneer, lane 3, Mac High, lane 4, Los Fresnos, lane 5, Weslaco, lane 6, Harlingen, lane 7, and Edinburgh Vela in lane 8. Harlingen looking strong as they make up the stagger on Vela, but on the inside, Mac High has made the stagger on everyone. They are up in front as we get ready for the exchange of the baton.
This is really important, just as you mentioned, Joe. Keep an eye on the handoffs.
And Mac High in first. Looks like Weslaco's in second, Mike. So here we go. They'll get a chance to run into the first lane as soon as they get out of the turn here. But on the inside, what a good run there. Looks like the lady from Pioneer. It is Pioneer in second. She really darted out in front of everybody. Seems to be a little bit taller, so probably has longer stride length. But Mac High is out in front and has about a 15-meter lead. Followed by Pioneer, then Los Fresnos. Weslaco in fourth. So here comes Mac High in the turn as we head down the home stretch. But Los Fresnos looking to gain second spot, and they do. What a run by that second leg of Los Fresnos to bring the Lady Falcons into second place. Followed by Pioneer, Weslaco, Nicky Rowe, Harlingen. Mac High with the exchange in first. Los Fresnos, Pioneer, Weslaco, Nicky Rowe, Harlingen, Vela, and then it is going to be Weslaco East. But Mac High is way out in front now, at least 25 meters. I was trying to judge it by the track.
And growing.
Yeah, it seems like it's been growing by 5-10 meters on each runner. Mac High in front, Los Fresnos second, but look at Weslaco, yeah. Mike. Weslaco is now coming into third place. Again, I wish we had the list of the athletes individually, but we don't have that. But Mac High has been impressive in this one. 4:01 is their best time. 3:58 is the record. No, I'm sorry, we got corrected, so I don't have the actual record anymore. But again, look at Pioneer, look at Nicky Rowe looking strong. Mac High first, Los Fresnos second, Pioneer third, Weslaco fourth. Nicky Rowe just behind there. E-Barb may have struggled with the exchange because them and Nicky Rowe had to switch spots.
Yeah, they kind of crisscrossed.
Exactly.
You see them, they're still kind of going at it.
Right. So Mac High, undeniably, is in first place. They are making the turn with about 150 meters to go out in front. And they've got a good 60-meter lead, so no denying who's going to finish first here. And that's going to be Mac High. Los Fresnos second, Pioneer third. But look at E-Bar battling for third place. Can she overtake third place? She is in the hunt. E-Bar, but look on the outside, Edinburgh Vela, Mike. Edinburgh Vela, it's that young lady that finished the quarter in first place. She may have brought Vela into third.
Yeah, nice job by that young lady. They finished strong.
They did. What a great race there, Mike.
Very competitive.
Here comes Mac High. As we said earlier, they were way out in front of everybody. Nobody was going to catch them. Amon Mason is the young lady's name.
Yeah, nice job there. You see her, she's by herself in lane 3, and she just kind of by herself just worked her way going across her, passing as many runners as she could. And yeah, Vela finished strong.
So we head to the final event of the evening. It is the boys 4x400 meter relay. In lane 1, Weslaco East. In lane 2, Sharyland Pioneer. In lane 3, Harlingen High School. In lane 4, Weslaco High School. In lane 5, McAllen High School. In lane 6, Donna High School. In lane 7, Edinburgh Vela. And in lane 8, Edinburgh North. The record set in 1986, a 4x400 meter relay team anchored by Ray Ramirez, 3:18.64. The only thing I can say about that year is that we did beat them in the 4x100 meter relay.
That's something to be proud of. And while we wait, I do have the results of the boys' 1600 meter run. As mentioned, I'll mention the top 8 finishers. In 8th place was Aaron Nava out of Weslaco East. 7th place was Alexander Nava out of Weslaco East. 6th place was Roel Rodriguez out of McAllen Memorial. 5th place was Aaron Martinez out of Weslaco East. 4th place was Zachary Lamar out of Harlingen High. 3rd place was Juan Manuel Aguinaga Jr. out of Ecouch Elsa. 2nd place is Nathan Salinas out of La Feria. And your 1st place winner with a time of 4:21.35 is Mario Luna out of Vanguard Rembrandt.
Yeah, Mario Luna, they're really impressive today, Vanguard. Now, it's school that doesn't get mentioned very much. So again, Weslaco East, Pioneer, Harlingen, Weslaco High, McAllen High, Donna High, Edinburgh Vela, Edinburgh North.
And I do have the results of the girls 4x400 meter relay. I'll read it out real quick. 4th place was Edinburgh Vela. 3rd place was Sherryland Pioneer. 2nd place was Los Fresnos. And your 1st place winner with a time of 3:55.18 was McAllen High School.
3:55, they improved by 6 seconds, Mike.
Wow. Wow, great job.
Just 3 seconds off the record. Good race there.
Yeah, very impressive.
Here in this one, we got 3 teams at 3:28, Weslaco High, Mac High, and Harlingen High. I'm sorry, and Pioneer. So 4 teams at 3:28.
This was a race that we saw Saul Ramirez really shine as the anchor for the Panthers.
And they come in with the best time.
Right.
But again, you know, McAllen, Harlingen, and Pioneer all within a second. So we'll see how this one goes. Weslaco and Mac High in lanes 4 and 5 seem to be out in front here early on. Mac High already making up the stagger on the outside lanes. Here comes Weslaco on the inside lane. Mac High out in front. They've begun to extend the lead here. This opening leg for Mac High seems to be very strong.
You see the runners that are waiting like, come on, guys, come on, come on. Hustle,
Give me a chance, give me a chance. They've given it to the second leg, and Mac High is out in front, and they'll begin to make their way into the first lane. And on the inside, it is Harlingen lane 3, looking very impressive here in the second leg. So here comes Mac High. Donna looking strong. Look at Weslaco, Mike, out on the outside, trying to get out into second place.
Yeah, they're getting there.
He's gotten there. Mac High still out in front. Edinburgh North, Donna and Weslaco.
Did you talk about that wide turn, but how about that Harlingen?
Look at Harlingen.
Yeah.
Harlingen looking strong as we finish here the last 100 meters of the second leg. Look at Weslaco East, Mike. Weslaco East has now moved into 3rd place.
Wow.
Mac High, Harlingen, Weslaco East. Weslaco had a exchange mishap. So that's going to cost them big time. So Mac High in the lead. Harlingen High on their tails. PSJA. Is that PSJA Southwest? Or I'm trying to look at the
Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
Dark color. I think you're right, though.
Uh-oh, here we go. Look at the turn, Mike. Here we go. Pioneer, Sherland Pioneer. They got a different jersey. Harlingen has just come into first. So has Donna. Donna, Harlingen. Harlingen, Donna. Harlingen in first. Mac High. Saul Ramirez gets it in last place. We can see what he can do.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, that earlier exchange really cost him. And so it's going to be difficult for him to make up that much ground.
But check him out, Joe. Check him out.
He's making up some ground.
He's making up some ground.
But Harlingen is way out in front. I don't think you're going to catch him. Harlingen looks like they are going to cruise into a gold medal. Mac High in second place, followed by Pioneer and Donna. But look at Saul Ramirez. He is going to make this a competition. Fourth place. Can he get second? Ramirez out on top. Can Saul Ramirez bring Weslaco from last to second? And he does.
Oh, wow. And I saw it happening at about the 300-meter mark. I saw him just kind of explode and started surpassing some of these runners. And if only that exchange that we saw for two runners beforehand would have been a little bit cleaner and there wasn't as much traffic, he might have finished first.
Yeah, Harlingen was way out in front. That third leg for Harlingen made up some ground, gave it to the anchor leg out in front, and he just cruised into first place. But Saul Ramirez in last place brings Weslaco all the way to second place. That is impressive, Mike. You and I have been saying this. That is a young man that we are going to get to enjoy not only on the football field, but on the track field as well for the next couple of years.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And yeah, that's something to be pretty proud of. It was a good ending to an eventful afternoon and evening. A lot of fun. Great competition out there. I think all the coaches all around have to be happy, even from the smaller schools.
Right.
You know, I think we saw some fine athletes out there, and I think everybody's now ready for the district meet.
Few more results to give to you before we close up shop here at the 47th edition of the Meet of Champs.
Yeah, the results of the 4x400 meter relay has just come in. Fourth place was Donna. Third place was McAllen High. Second place was Weslaco High School, and I'm going to just say the time real quick, 3:25.85. And your first place winner with a time of 3:23.51 is Harlingen High School. So if you consider how much work Saul had to do, and they only finished about 2 seconds behind first place, is remarkable.
Yeah, I really want to see a split.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And I mean, if you had to take a guess, Joe, how much was Saul behind Harlingen? Would you say
at least 20 meters?
I would say more.
Yeah,
I would say more. I would say maybe 50. I mean, it was a pretty wide, because I mean, when he got the baton, I think Harlingen was already had already made the turn, and so he had a lot of work to do, and it was just what a remarkable run. But something to work on, but I know something that they'll improve on.
Right. And again, it has been a great event here. The Meet of Champs never disappoints. A lot of great athletes, a lot of great times, and of course even a record was broken today, or tied, better yet, because it was actually broken yesterday. But nonetheless, we had a great time. We want to say good night from the 47th edition of the Meet of Champs 2025 here from Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Want to thank all of the KWES crew for their great work behind the scenes. We had a lot of guys in the control rooms, a lot of guys out there on the camera, and of course our director, Carlos Robledo, for all the great work that he does behind the scenes to make sure that you are able to enjoy an event such as the Meet of Champs. And we'll be doing it again here in a couple weeks as we host the district track meet right here in Weslaco.
Looking forward to it, Joe. That's where it's going to count moving forward.
Well, again, for Mike Gonzalez, I am Joe Aguilar saying good night from the 2025 edition of the Meet of Champs here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Good night.